Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dave back again with another video tonight. This one is of the RX-105 XI frame, which is pretty much completed, except for a few small tweaks that are needed here and there. We've got the arms on. I still need to do a magnet up in here because these are in two pieces. So I do need to do a magnet to hold those into place. We've got all the screws and bolts in. These are for the shoulder units. And these pivot up and down, though I do have them tightened down pretty good. We've got the arms done. I got just a little bit of sanding on here. I do need to put a magnet in the waist joint because it does still come up. I have not glued that just in case he wants to do that himself. On one of the knee pieces here, I do need to fill in some gaps. Simple stuff. This was the first leg I did. This is the second. What else is there? I do need to put a magnet in the bottom of this foot so that I can start putting on the armor pieces. Did have to do some tweaks with screws. I swapped out with one of my other kits some screws because they put some really short screws in here and then some really stupid long screws for that stuck out these knee joints like that far. It was stupid crazy. But other than that, that is it for this guy. I think he stands about 14 inches, and that's as is. That's without the head and the armor and everything else on here. Was a really nice build. You can contact LZ Portfolio. I believe they're doing another pre-order on this from Utopia Cast, and so contact him on Facebook. Again, that's capital L small Z space Portfolio, capital PORFOLIO, and you can also find him on the Gundam Corner too, or just message me on Facebook and I can point you in his direction or send him your direction, however that you want to do it. I got all the rods in for the pistons and stuff. Those are all done. One thing I do, and I think I said this in another video, that I need to tweak on is behind these pistons. Not that he's not planning on putting in any crazy poses. I think he's just planning on having it straight up standing like this. But I'm going to brace it in behind here because when you do end up bending them, like if you're bending them painting, though he is going to be taking it apart, if you bend them, these pistons, when they reach a certain point, they buckle like this, or the opposite way. Opposite way is okay because you can just push them down, but when they buckle back, you have to put something behind them to do them. Otherwise, they kind of lock into place. Very kind of irritating, but it's better than them being resin. And again, that's another thing that I need to do on this is the resin pistons that go in here. I need to replace with metal. That's something I can do in spare time. And I think that's it. I might work on this a little bit this weekend, but I have another project which I'll be doing a video on it here in a few minutes. It is a commission, a customized commission that is a Kotobukiya 1/6 scale Hulk, which is going to be kind of modified and then repainted to match the current Avengers Hulk. So stay tuned for that. And that's kind of my old school forte. That's like relaxation stuff for me. So that ought to be fun. And what else have we got? Oh yeah, the XS, the 135. I'm going to start cleanup on that. There have been some modifications as far as people's schedules and what's going on with that. So what I'm going to be doing is doing the cleanup on that, kind of piecing it together, letting you guys see that, and then shipping it off to the owner, which is overseas. And we're doing it in small batches so he doesn't get raped by customs. though. With the country that he lives in, it's probably going to end up happening anyway. I feel really bad for him, and but so that's what's going to be going on with that. So stay tuned for that. I know you guys have been waiting, and it's been taking up like half my closet, and so we're going to take care of that, get that out of here. And other than that, that's about it. I hope you guys have been enjoying, and again, stay tuned. We're going to have more coming on this shortly. The rest of this, I always find the frame to be more time consuming than anything else on these G System kits. This one was not as bad as the usual ones because it did not need as much cleanup, and I'm really hoping that the 1/72 FAZ that's coming does not need as much either. And I know the armor parts, as long as they're not warped and everything, they should pretty much just fly on here. I know the few pieces that I've done for like the feet have fit really well. So stick around. We will be back. I don't know if I'll have another video tonight or I will be putting one up tomorrow. I'm trying to stay current so that you guys can see what's going on. I've gotten like 2 requests this week for a little more detailed work on resin, so I'm going to try and do that. Leave a comment down below exactly what you're hoping to see, and I will see what I can muster up for you guys to try and help you out. I've also seen a couple. I'm going to try and put together a little series. I need to sketch it out first. For dioramas. I found some really interesting articles, and I think you guys will like some of the information on like making pine trees and ground foliage, things like that for your dioramas. So I'm trying to cover a broad spectrum, that way I don't get burned out again, and you guys stay interested, and everybody learns something. So stick around, have fun, and I will talk to you guys all later. Peace out.